Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Hell yeah.
They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.
Hello, everybody. I took a little bit of time off. Had a lot of things going on, and I don't want to get away from it because, like anything else, you get away from it and you lose your habits. Like I got away from golfing and I lost those habits. I went a week without working out. It turns into 2 weeks without working out, so I shot back in the gym, and oh Lord, my wife has me going to this it's kind of a CrossFit thing, and it's weird because it's like I'm working out, but yet I feel like I'm not getting a good workout, but then damn, I'm sore the next day, so there must be something there. So I just joined I didn't want to do the CrossFit thing because when it comes to working out, I can't do an organized type workout because I'm all over the place, and half the time I just want to, look it on the internet or whatever between sets, and I'm just sitting down, zoning out, and somehow I get through it. But it's a weird thing because it's like I like to go and just look at my weights, pick my sets, and knock it out. But when I'm in that type of environment, I start thinking about like, okay, am I in this person's way? Am I not? So I got to get back in the habit of being in a public gym. But like anything else, how do you do it? You just do it. And I know that if I don't do it now, I'm going to get so out of it where now it'll just bug me that I'm not working out all the time. So it's not the benefit of working out as much as I hate being out of shape. That's my motivation. It's weird. It's like the opposite of, okay, I got to start working out again all the time because that'll be the only thing on my mind. If I go on vacation, I'll think, oh boy, I'm out of shape. So like anything else, just stick to something, focus on it, and it will get easier. It's just a reverse funnel. It's harder at the beginning, and as you go down this funnel, it gets wider and easier. But what's very easy is to not do anything, to just relax, talk, sit on the couch, watch TV. That's easy at the beginning, but then as you go through life, it gets harder. As the funnel gets narrower, it gets harder to go through life if you're not in the shape you want to be, both for not just aesthetics, but just for health reasons. I got young kids, and if I'm not on the throttle right now, staying in shape, I'm going to be screwed later on, like everything else. And speaking of young kids, my daughter the other day, she went to groom our dog. And I just told her, I go, hey Marie, why don't you groom the dogs? And so she's like, all right, cool. She loves animals. So, of course, she grabs my clippers, the ones I use. And, next thing I know, she's in the bathroom. And I hear a lot of buzzing going on, but I don't, see a bunch of stuff going, I don't see hair flying everywhere. And she's kind of holding the clippers wrong, and she had the long clippers. And I go, no, just go reverse. And she's like, no, the YouTube said to go this way. I'm like, yeah, but there's no hair coming off. So we switched in reverse, and all of a sudden, it's like down to the skin. I'm like, oh no, poor dog looks like it has cancer or whatever. So we switched it up. We figured it out, kind of. There's still a trick to grooming, and like anything else, you just got to keep on doing it. So I'm like, hey, you never know. You can, make some money off of it once you learn how to do it. And fast forward to, she made all these flyers on how to, not how to, but that she'll groom people's dogs. I go, Marie, let's take a step back. Let's figure out, let's perfect it on our dog before you mutilate our neighbor's dogs. So I go, how about let's just do the walking and bath first. And so she makes a bunch of flyers, and even then I had to back her off the throttle. I'm like, let's make nice flyers, and let's get pricing it. Let's work some things out. But anyway, she handed some flyers out to the neighbors and picked up a couple clients, and her brother works at McDonald's, so she's probably going to wind up making more than her brother, and she's going to do something she loves, and it's at her convenience. And I think that's basically the secret to business is, you have I don't want to say so much passion to where you're, it's like, oh, I love, sailboating, so I'm going to make money off of sailboating, because, you'll gain passion for whatever you're good at and whatever pays your bills. Because if you're just good at it and it's just fun, then it's not going to probably make you as much money because there's a smaller window to make money off of it. I'm not saying people don't, but you kind of have to do what's probable and not possible in the venue of making money. And like my oldest son, he wanted to make money off of the YouTube, and that's fine. But I told him, I go, what you have to do is first make money, and get good at it, of course, so because you may like it, and then if you're gonna swap it out with something else, that's fine. But you don't want to make that your future. Okay, I'm a YouTuber, and because by definition it's rare. Otherwise, it wouldn't be getting the millions of hits. If everybody got the equal amount of hits, and you could just, it's like a science, that's what you want to do, so you just do it, then it would get watered down so fast, which it kind of has, that it becomes invaluable. So with her, with Marie's dog walking thing, she's gonna make her money, because there's a problem there. People want their dogs to be walked, they want their dogs to be clean, and they don't have the time, they feel guilty. So essentially she's just offering a solution to to their problems, and she's going to make a little money in the meantime, but it's going to come at a cost. And now she has, her evenings are going to be taken up, her weekends are going to be taken up, so it's a trade-off. But you got to be doing something with your time. You may as well be building a little company and making a little money. And that kind of crosses over into what I do. The cleaning company that I have. We do pressure washing, window cleaning, bunch of things over the years. But that's kind of where the money was at. So I stayed in that genre. Of course, with that, I started other companies, and they've always kind of been simmering on the side. But you just go where the money's at. And unfortunately in California, it was harder for me to grow because, especially recently, the employees had so many rights, and not all my employees. I mean, I think literally half were good and half were less desirable. And it's a lot. Half of it I blame the parents of, oh, poor baby, you could have anything you want. And now they stepped into my genre, and they still expected to have everything they want. They're real envious, and from the government saying, "Oh, we'll take care of everything." Well, starting with their parents, the government to me, and I'm like, wait a minute. In work, no, you give me your your obligations as far as you could, the best you can give me, and I'll give you, you know, what rights you have. And it was just all of a sudden, it just, with me and a lot of other companies, it was just based on rights. And you know, it's tough because, like I said, I had people that I thought were friends, and I made the mistake of, you know, I would even give them, there's guys I would give cash to. I just felt bad to, you know, like, oh, their situation at home. Well, every one of them wind up doing what was best for them. And it was a learning experience for me too, that you kind of have to be the salty boss. It's unfortunate in the climate where people expect everything, you do have to be salty. So, you know, as I kind of redo my company and rebuild it for California that has so many rights, you know, that's the way I have to do it. It's unfortunate, but you got to cover your ass. You know, I was just sued by somebody and won. I think I talked about it. I can't remember, you know, on this show, that it's, you know, a guy worked for another company for 10 years, worked for me for like a month. I decided to not hire him, never reported anything, and he won. So it's like, you know, it had fraud written all over it, and you know, as far as I was concerned. And you know, after I parted ways because he wasn't getting it. You know, he sued me and won, and you know, that's why I have insurance. But it's still, you know, it's not free, but it's still cash that I have to pay. And you know, I don't live my life, you know, basing my happiness on any victory. But it's just what you start to think about is, how could any company be successful when these things exist? And I think what it is just covering your butt at the very beginning. You know, getting everything in writing, sign these forms, do this, and to that you are essentially dependent on, okay, you know, the person, that they're not going to come back and sue you, because it does take time. But when it does happen, I just accept it. I throw a lawyer at it. You know, show everybody, you know, what I got, my notes, and you know what happens. But for these people that do that, now they tend to live their life looking over their shoulder. So I would not recommend that, even though somebody may get a little bit of money. That everything is cyclical, you know. It kind of goes in circles, and this will come back to them eventually. They're going to want to refer me, like, oh, can't refer you because I remember suing you for something I shouldn't have sued you for. Can't use him. So on these people's work history, they're going to have a gap, and then bosses know why there's gaps in people's work history. They're leaving it out, because if you're a stand-up guy, not that it matters right now, and this is for everybody that tends to look around and take whatever they can get. That's fine right now, but that's not going to work out the next recession we have. You know, everything comes around, and you know, the person that could get a job right now and make, you know, $70,000 a year with no experience, just because he has a pulse and his body temperature somewhere around 90 degrees, you know, that person cannot do it when things go bad. When things go south, which they will eventually, now that person's going to need to have references, good work history, and all, especially if he's trying for you know, a company that's really well-rounded, has benefits, and you know, has their stuff together. You're not going to have your stuff together, because this is kind of my warning, and not that anybody's a bad person. It's just we're all a product of their environment, you know. So it is worth taking the time to do the right thing, because it will come back and get you. So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of redoing my company, and I think I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they're kind of doing the same thing, and it's like, okay, do you stay a one man show, or do you go for it? And I think, you could go for it. You just have to be structured a certain way, and there's there's volumes on how to be structured